Welcome back. It is Monday, November 27th in the NBA. My four favorite picks are on the way. Let's start off the week with a sweep. But of course, we got to recap how we did yesterday, a 2-2 day. Let's dive into it. Day one of our ladder challenge was probably one of the most sweat-free ones we've ever had. It was all NFL, and it's back. Now, technically, it was all NFL. I'm still going to track it towards the NBA record because I don't feel like adding another tab into the NFL videos and get you guys confused. If you want to know how we're doing on the ladder, it'll always be tracked in this video for 1 unit. We also had Tatum's over in points. And then our two losers, Desmond Bane, him and the Grizzlies, just did not show up. I won't be taking a lot of their props going forward until Morant is back. And then Jokic triple-double. He missed by 1 assist. So close to getting it done. He just did not. But either way, day two of the ladder challenge will be live later on today by 12 p.m. noon Eastern time. And let's just dive into today's picks. Honestly, we also have some more picks for the NFL. There is a Bears versus Vikings Monday Night Football. I got 2 picks there. We went 4-1 yesterday in the NFL. Technically 5-1 if you counted the ladder. Pretty good day for us. And I know it hasn't been the greatest season for us betting the NFL, but maybe that's a sign of the tides are changing. Maybe we're getting into a hot streak. So go check out that. I think we are 6-2 this week. Hopefully we could end, this week off with a great 2-0 Monday night. And speaking of the NFL, there's a free square live for Justin Fields right now for new users. It's on Underdog Fantasy. We talk about Underdog a good amount here because we love them, but also Underdog, they like to do these free squares for primetime games. And even if you don't watch the NFL, which I'm sure is a good percentage of you guys, there is still, it's a free square. If you can use it, he's going to get you 1 yard. I promise you that. And even if he doesn't, they will probably credit him a 1 yard just because of how it goes, but he's going to get you 1 yard. And if you sign up for Underdog, make sure you use our code COS or the top link in the description. You will also, in addition to getting the free square, get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you deposit $20, now you got 40. Deposit 50, you get 100. You deposit $100, now you have $200 sitting in your account. So it's free money. Take advantage of it. You'll get that free square. Here's all the states that Underdog is in, and I will have an Underdog Fantasy entry at the end of this video, which you guys can certainly tail. And if it does hit, I'm giving away $100 to one person subscribed to the channel. Simple as that. You could win $100 if the entry at the end of the video hits. Just hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200K by the end of the year. But let's dive into today's picks. You guys came for NBA ones. Let's dive into the first one. A man by the name of James Harden over 22.5 points plus assists minus 105 on DraftKings. I would play this at 23.5 if it does go up to there. I don't necessarily know. I mean, 22.5 could stay firm the rest of the day. And in an individual line, I like his points. It's at 14.5. I don't mind that, but James Harden is the kind of guy that could get 13 points and like 10 assists. That would not surprise me at all tonight, but I do think that he has a better day scoring the ball than he has the last couple days. But his assists are a solid bet too, and we'll talk about why I'm taking points plus assists. I was looking at PRAs, but that's about 27.5. I don't really love trusting Harden to grab rebounds. Some days he grabs 3. You would need at least 5 rebounds for these lines to be equal. You need 6 rebounds to get better value taking the PRA line. But let's talk about the Harden in his last 5 games. He has averaged 13.8 points per game, 8.6 assists per game. That's good for 22.4 points plus assists, right on this nose. Now, in those games, we've seen him have 31, 23, 25, 18, and 15 points plus assists, going under in 2 straight games because he shot 2 for 8 in both of those games. Now, 2 for 8, obviously, if he shoots that again, we're probably not hitting. That's just how it goes. But I think he's due. I mean, we know Harden. He's a veteran guy. He's won MVP awards before. And while he definitely doesn't have the usage that he did in his MVP seasons, he still has good enough usage, and we know how talented he is, and he can go back and knock down some shots. And while we talk about the last 5 games, because that was when Russell Westbrook requested to come off the bench, and so we've seen Westbrook out of the starting lineup. That translates to a lot more usage to James Harden when he's on the floor. And look, Harden, sure, he's missed shots the last 2 games. One of them came against Dallas when he was not even in the game in the end of the game because it was a blowout. Another game, I just think this game's close. Against Denver, Denver's notoriously a team that doesn't blow out people on the road. They aren't going to they're not blowing out the Clippers. I'd be very surprised if that happened. And they just don't normally get blown out. Jokic is too talented to get blown out. And so I think Jokic will keep this game close, and maybe Jamal Murray returns tonight. But we just saw these 2 teams face off 6 games ago. So Russell Westbrook was in the starting lineup. You saw Harden played really well. 21 points, 7 of 15, 4 assists. That's good for 25 points plus assists. Look, not too shabby with Westbrook starting in the lineup. Now he gets even a higher usage. And we saw in that game with Westbrook out there starting, Harden only 7 potential assists. Over these last 5 games, 14.2 potential assists, nearly over double what he got in that game with Westbrook in the lineup. I really like this matchup for him today. He's not going to get Aaron Gordon if he plays on him. He's not going to probably get KCP on him. I think we maybe see him get defended by Reggie Jackson or maybe Jamal Murray if he returns today. I really think that's a matchup that James Harden will put Ivica Zubac in the pick and roll, have Nikola Jokic be the guy that's having to play defense. And Jokic, I love him. Not a great defender. He's not going to go up and contest a ton of shots if you're driving into the paint, which Harden we know he can do. And I just think that we'll see Harden absolutely dominate today. Over 22.5 points plus assists. We know he can hit the over and just points alone. He can do that. But I also think he's good for getting some more assists tonight too. So we'll take James Harden's over in points plus assists. Now, my second play is going to be another points plus assist line. It's going to be a guy that a lot of people don't like, and I understand why. It's Zion Williamson, over 30.5 points plus assists, minus 106 on FanDuel. I would play this at 31.5, although be careful. This is quite a sharp line. Now let's talk about Zion, though, and I like both of his points and his assist lines today, which is why I'm combining them. His assist line was 4.5, a tad too juice for me, but I think Zion's going to dominate tonight against the Utah Jazz. Now, obviously, he has burned us before, but he appears to be, rounded into form, and that's not a fat joke, but I think he's going to dominate today in a great matchup. Now, over these last 4 games, we've seen Zion. Obviously, there's some rust for a guy that was coming into the season, not playing a lot of games. He's knocked off a lot of that rust in the last 4 games. He's averaged 27.3 points per game, 5.5 assists per game, good for 32.8 points plus assists. We need 31. In these games, 32, 31, 31, and 37 points plus assists going over in 4 straight. So you see how sharp the line is. He has some games in there where he just has not done a lot in the third quarter. So if he can dominate in the third quarter, that would be real nice. But look, I think he's going to dominate. This is a Jazz team that cannot defend him, and he's shooting better from the free throw line, 72% these last 3 games. Still some work to get there, but the Jazz just don't have an answer for him. They allow the 6th most points per game in the paint. They just can't stop people driving into the paint. They aren't really doubling you if you drive into the paint, which is normally where Zion gets doubled. And Zion's last 3 games versus Utah, 26, 31, and 39 points plus assists. 16 shots in all 3. Played less than 30 minutes in 2 of those games. So one of those games, he had 25 points and 1 assist. That was a game he had 26. So I think the assist chances are going to be there. He's averaged 11 assist chances these last, or actually 12 assist chances these last 4 games. And look, if this game is close, which I think the Pelicans and Jazz will play a close game here, a high-scoring game, he should see 33, 35 minutes. Does start the 4th quarter in case it is a blowout, and we need just another point or assist from him. But 25 field goal attempts last game. He's done 16 field goal attempts in 4 straight. This is a guy in Zion that normally averages 60% or better from the field. It's what he's done in his career. Obviously started slow to the year, but he's been getting into form, and I really do think this is a great spot to back him. He could honestly drop 30 points tonight, and that would not surprise me. But I will take his over 30.5 points plus assists, minus 106 on FanDuel. Now, my third play is going to be a same-game parlay. There's some easy pivots in here, and I will talk about some pivots before we dive into why I like this guy a lot. It's the guy in the thumbnail. It's LeBron James, a 3-leg same-game parlay strictly for him. 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, plus 151 on FanDuel. I'm risking 1 unit on it to win 1.5. I really like this one. Now, for my Bet365 people and my people on offshore books that maybe only have odd numbers, if you take LeBron for 25 and 5, that was minus 110 on Bet365. I think that's perfectly fine for 1 unit. Probably a little bit safer. I think that's easily smack. And now, DraftKings bettors, I don't really have a great answer for you. They have 25 and 5 for LeBron is like minus 155. I like Maxey for 18 points. Maxey might find his way into the ladder challenge again. We'll see. Someone in this game will probably get into the ladder, but I really do think that this is a great play to play on FanDuel. Bet365 has good odds. DraftKings just not the best book for doing same-game parlays, in my opinion. But let's talk about the pivots for my DFS peeps first. I really wanted to take LeBron's over in PRAs. It's about 38.5, 39.5. However, I don't see many pathways to victory for LeBron hitting 40 PRAs unless he's having 26 and 6. I mean, that's 32 PRAs, and that honestly, it's kind of a stretch still. He could obviously drop 30 points, and then you're probably good, but I still don't think, LeBron still could hit his over in points, but I rather this 26 and 6. There's a lot of ways where this cashes and his PRA line does not. Now, over the last 6 games, we've seen LeBron average 27.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, and 8.5 assists per game. Good for, he's been good. That's pretty solid. He scored 20 plus in 5 of 6, 6 revs in 5 of 6, and 6 assists in all 6 of 6. This SGP, same game parlay, has cashed in 4 of 6 games. Now, you look at the 2 misses. One saw LeBron play score 17 points, blowout win versus Utah. Another game, he only had 5 rebounds. Now, look, LeBron, I don't see this game being a blowout unless the Lakers do get blown out. The Sixers just are a really good home team, and they will keep it close, and they could honestly blow out the Lakers. And if that's the case, then we're probably in a little bit of a tough spot. But in Philly, I think LeBron and the Lakers show up, and this is a Lakers team that's very short-handed. You think about all the guys on the bench that are just going to be in street clothes. The newest one is Rui Hachimura, and he's a very good rebounder. So I really like this matchup for LeBron to score points, and he's getting those assists. The thing I think it comes down to is rebounds, but this is a really good matchup for him to grab rebounds. The Sixers allow the 7th most rebounds per game to power forwards. LeBron likely gets defended and gets to guard Nicholas Batum. Batum is a solid defender, so he'll probably give LeBron some struggle scoring the basketball. But look, Batum does nothing on offense. He just sits in the corner. And if he could make a three-pointer, we would be on day 6 of the ladder challenge probably. But he cannot, and that's what leads to him not shooting a ton. And LeBron's going to be on the weak side for most of Joel Embiid's shots, most of Tyrese Maxey's shots, most of Tobias Harris's shots, who probably gets guarded by Taurean Prince. So I think at the end of the day, LeBron out there with AD, their number one rebounder, but he's guarding Embiid. And then you got the other guys out there like Max Christie, D'Angelo Russell, not big rebounders, and then Taurean Prince, and then Austin Reeves off the bench too. Outside of those guys, the other guys they play, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, they're in there to just foul and beat probably. So I think at the end of the day, this is a great spot to back LeBron to grab some boards, but also get those assists, which he can grab a board, push it up, get some assists there, and also score points. Hence why I'm taking 26 and 6 in 8 career games versus Joel Embiid. He's averaged 27, 9, and 8. He's had 26 and 6 in 6 of those 8 games. One miss, he had 18 points. Another one, just 4 rebounds. At the end of the day, I trust LeBron to show up on the road. I don't necessarily trust his teammates a ton, but we should see LeBron and AD run a lot of that pick and roll, get Joel Embiid playing some defense, and AD is good enough to get LeBron 6 assists by himself, but we know how talented LeBron is. He's going to make those extra passes to his teammates. We know he can score 20 points pretty quickly. I really think this is a great game to bounce him. He's back him. He's coming off a bad game, 8 for 23 shooting last game. I really like LeBron tonight. I'll roll in with him 26 and 6. Like I said, I don't mind his PRA line. If you're on Bet365, take 25 and 5 or minus 110, give or take. I really like this one. We're rolling with the king, trying to risk 1 unit to win over 1.5. I love it. If that parlay goes down anything below plus 130, I probably wouldn't take it, but I really like that one. LeBron, go dominate. And finally, our 4th play of the day will be day 2 of the ladder challenge. As always, we play these for 1 unit. We track them towards our record. We take that for 1 unit, whatever your unit size is, plus we roll in over the extra $10, which is now $20. So let's dominate, and let's, of course, dive into the Underdog fantasy entry. Get on out of here. A reminder, if this hits, I'm giving away $100. All the legs are on the screen. A reminder, you can sign up for Underdog using our code COS. You get a 100% deposit match, and you'll get the Justin Fields free square. I'm not a new user, so I don't have the free square, but you can throw it in here if you do have it. We're talking about Zion and Harden, their points plus assist line. The only line in there is Madison's receiving yards line, which I actually talked a little bit more about in the Bears versus Vikings video posted last night. But let's try to turn $25 into $150 there. Let's try to turn $20 into $40 in the ladder challenge, and when that is live, I'll post it on the screen. Go check out that Bears Vikings video, day in life video on the screen too. Let's have a wonderful Monday. Go 4-0, and I will see you guys back again on Tuesday with a full slate of action. We'll see you then. It's Austin. I'm signing out. Peace.